that's why Christ is Melchizedek and Christ is Solomon.
Where did you get that breakdown?
The Lord.
Like it, sir. GEN.YAHANNA see your class. He said, well done.
Like it.
Fried chicken, napkin.
Put that on the table for me, warrior.
I'm right.
Rank raise coming, warrior.
He's trying to holler at you about that class.
All right, for sure.
Excellent class, by the way.
I appreciate that, boy.
Yeah. After you.
There he is, man of the hour. Take a seat, man. Take a seat. What's going on with you, brother?
Yeah.
Pour us up live. Listen, man. Heard you taught a hell of a class.
Hey, man, the water, sir. The water.
Excellent job, by the way. Hey, look, man. You know what I was thinking? Tell me what you think. Thursday, 7 p.m. Prime time. Scripture breakdown. What you think about that?
I consider it.
That's all I need you to do, man. SHALAM.
SHALAM.
And more, man. Hey, wake that brother up. Wake him up. Wake him up. Wake that brother up. Wake up, Bob.
Yeah.
Hey, wake that brother up. Wake up, Bob.
Yeah.
Hey, wake up. Wake up, Bob. Most High in Christ. You back with us? Most High in Christ. Like. And that's why Christ was Solomon, Christ was Melchizedek, and reincarnation is in the Bible. Hey, I love that. Do me a favor. See me one more time, Baba Shah. I appreciate it, I appreciate it. Warrior.
Pauline is seen leaving her classroom, then entering a faculty bathroom. Then you see Philip.
That's why Christ is Melchizedek and Christ is Solomon.
Where did you get that breakdown?
The Lord.
Like it, sir. GEN.YAHANNA see your class. He said, well done.
Like it.
Fried chicken, napkin.
Put that on the table for me, warrior.
Like it, sir. GEN.YAHANNA see your class. He said, well done.
Like it.
Fried chicken, napkin.
The plate was shaking.
Put that on the table for me, warrior.
All right.
Rank raise coming, warrior.
He's trying to holler at you about that class.
All right, for sure.
Excellent class, by the way.
I appreciate that, boy.
Yeah. After you.
There he is, man of the hour. Take a seat, man. Take a seat. What's going on with you, brother?
Yeah.
Pour us up live. Listen, man. Heard you taught a hell of a class.
Hey, man, the water, sir. The water.
Excellent job, by the way. Hey, look, man. You know what I was thinking? Tell me what you think. Thursday, 7 p.m. Prime time. Scripture breakdown. What you think about that?
I consider it.
That's all I need you to do, man. SHALAM.
SHALAM.
And more, man. Hey, wake that brother up. Wake him up. Wake him up. Wake that brother up. Wake up, I. Yeah. Hey, wake that brother up. Wake up, I. Yeah. Hey, wake up. Wake up, I. Most High in Christ. You back with us? Closer. Most High in Christ, I. And that's why Christ was Solomon, Christ was Melchizedek, and reincarnation is in the Bible. Hey, I like that. Do me a favor. Sing me one more time, Baba Bashar. I appreciate it, I appreciate it. Warrior.
Peeking out of the classroom, maybe thinking that he's not going to fall.
I mean, come on now. Go ahead. Kendrick is dead. This is over. This is not even a debate. This is over.
Drake sent double agents. Every diss Kendrick made is bullcrap.
Not close. It's not even close.
The brains, I heard your finish you. Okay. There's 3 ghosts left, and I see 2 of them kissing and hugging on stage. I love her to death, and in 8 bars I'll explain that phrase. It's not nobody can tell me. I don't want to talk on no selling. You know I got language barriers. It's no accent you can sell me. You're cold and not, you know I'm a selfish nigga. The crown is heavy. I pray they ain't my real friends. If not, I'm lying. I don't like you popping shit for real. For your mind, give it the beef.
That's really all we're talking about here. This is a whole setback.
I'm not gonna lie. Drake, Merk, Kendrick, Lamar. I don't want to hear none of that shit.
Destroy. It ain't close.
The Kendrick gaslighting is great.
Not even close.
Boys just want to see Drake fall. I'm convinced. He been at the top.
They talking about Drake fans. I see Kendrick fans going on right now.
Boy out here beating on women? Crazy.
Beating women is crazy. IUIC? Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. Hold on, what y'all say, nigga? Turn this shit off.
Why didn't you move to New York?
Y'all talking about Kendrick.
So
We're talking about Kendrick and Drake.
They support
Man, that nigga Drake trash as hell. You know that too, boy.
What was trash?
The whole motherfucking song was trash. Which one? Drop and give me
All of
50?
them. Nigga, first of all, Drake's a pussy. How?
Okay.
And I know you know that too.
How?
He not like that.
He not like that. Hold on.
Stats.
Hold on. Kendrick
Stats.
is like that.
Stats.
Kendrick is like that.
How?
He from
Money.
Compton, but
Stats.
he's not from no hood, Toronto. What that
Numbers.
mean?
Stats.
Lamar is raising the son that's not here. Kendrick Lamar disappeared to New York for 5 years. Baby,
He got robbed.
Taylor Swift approves his music.
It's not close.
You see what these brothers is talking about? This can get out of hand real fast. The moral of the story is respect someone else's opinion. Keep it pushing.
You know what? The wall's right, man. I lost my mind for a little bit, man.
Too, so
The wall's right, man.
Yeah, that shit don't mean nothing to me.
Man, fuck that nigga Kendrick.
Fuck that nigga Kendrick.
Yeah, fuck Drake. What you mean, fuck Drake?
I told you. I told you that Drake is right again.
I'm not letting nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. That's right. And it's worth something.
This is Black Watch with Commanding General Yohanna, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man he made man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
You don't need a black man in the White House. You need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Black Watch. Let the show begin.
Clap it up, Bakim. For those of you that didn't watch the beginning of the show, man, shout out to I.S.U.P.K. Southern California, man. Those cats are talented down there, my y'all. Listen, man, who is the cat down there that did the what's the dream video?
Officer Alatazar.
Officer Alatazar. That cat is entertaining, man. Whatever charisma is, he got it. Look at that brother right there, Maya. That cat is entertaining as hell. That brother right there. I don't know what it is. We should put some money behind him to send him to acting school or something, because that cat is entertaining. What's his name again?
Alatazar.
Officer Alatazar. You saw the video?
All the editing. I saw that video. He do all the editing and things.
I don't know, but I saw him at the Feast of Unleavened Bread. And as soon as he walked in the room, I said, this is a cat with charisma. Huh? You want to look at this cat, see what he has to say. We should probably send him to acting school or something, because he has a gift. And all the brothers in Southern California, those brothers can act, man. Godohar can straight up act. Captain Godohar can act. All those brothers can act down there. I hope y'all watched the video. What's the name of the video? The video from the brothers, this video right here, from the brothers in Southern California. They got comic timing, Maya. The way they produced it.
They holding that laugh. That's the most important thing.
Oh, my God. How they do that, Maya? Listen, I mean, these cats are talented as hell down there, brother. They're excellent at making skits. That skit was like Friday or something, man. That skit was excellent. And the brothers in Delaware are good as hell, too. Tazayawan down there. Aria and the brothers down there, they know how to make some skits out. They're super talented. Everyone should go watch their comedic skits that they have on YouTube and on Instagram and everything. They're excellent. Give them a hand, man. Well done, Akim. Southern California, Delaware. You another cat that's excellent at doing it, brother. Now we're going to go into the stories of this week, General Mayak. Tell you the truth about what is happening around you. We're going to talk about the Kendrick Lamar and Drake, Mayak. We going into that. Officer Yediah Marah going to break the whole thing down to us today. We're going into the Puff Diddy and TD Jakes. What else are the stories of today? We're going into the popular stories, Yediah.
The downfall of DJ Vlad.
The downfall of DJ Vlad. We're going into that today. This is where you need to come to find the truth about the stories in mainstream media. Who knows what's true out there? You got sides that are really giving you their agenda in news stories. Different outlets that are really promoting one side that they make money with. You come to Commanding General Yahanna. You come to this show to learn the truth about the stories of today. We got General Mayak here. Give him a hand. We got Officer Marah, Officer Yediah, Officer Matumya. This is warrior right here. Name. It's true right here. Nabab. I'm sorry, Officer. Say his name again. Bye. Trooper Nabab. We're here. We're going to tell the truth about the things that people lie about. Let's get it on, Officer Yediah.
Khan, sir. United Methodist Church will allow LGBTQ clergy after 40-year ban.
That should not be a surprise, Mayak. What's the name of this church?
The United Methodist Church.
The United Methodist Church. Forget about it. Let me tell you something, man. Your church, your priests and your prophets, they prophesy for money. Your priests and your prophets, they prophesy for money. Every religious group, including you fake Israelites, all of you are going to have to serve and obey and accept the community. Every last one of you, because if not, you're going to lose money out. And you fake Israelites are going to do it too. The IUIC will accept alternative lifestyles in a second. Don't worry about it. They'll accept it in a second. The Catholic Church already did it. The Pope already did it, I think, last year. You Christians are the pioneers in lasciviousness and adultery and idolatry and being a deviant. So you've been doing it forever,
and they've all been doing it forever, but it just wasn't politically correct. So even the members had to pretend like they was against it, and so you was in fear of losing your money. So we be against it. We against it. But now, since everybody's coming out of the closet, even your congregation is admitting we all do it. We all are like the diddler, the P diddler. We all fall short. So now everybody's coming out and it's acceptable. Now you can keep a little money by doing it. And here we go.
Listen, I sent Yediah Kirk Franklin, brother. Kirk Franklin gave such a terrible breakdown on, I think, Romans 3:23. But what he said is bedrock Christianity. You have it, Yediah. I sent it to you earlier. I sent it today, Kirk Franklin. Now, this is the reason that so many. Can I say the word P? That that's a good word too. I like that word. It begins with a P. No go. That's why so many. Not that word. Vert. The word boom vert. Can I go there? It's questionable. Deviance. You deviants, brother. You find a haven in church. A haven in there. And everyone has to do it. Now, of course, the Episcopals are doing it. Everyone is going to do it except for Commanding General Yohanna's men. We will be the last group of people that stand on integrity, that choose integrity over money. But everyone else is going to fall to the community. Everyone understands. Let me get that. Daniel, son of Judah, Shalom, Yahweh, Shema Alpha, Iwa Baf God. I see you in there, Iwa Baf God. Natazum, Aha Juel, Zara Yahweh. I see you. Good job to everyone, man. Up here with Commanding General Yohanna, man, standing on what's right, as opposed to what treats them right, as opposed to what profits them. That's what the Christians do. The Christians do that. Check this video out. Whenever you're ready, play it. No problem.
An updated hypocrite handbook for 2024.
That Romans 3:23 got me shook, y'all, this morning. For all have sinned and fallen short of the glory. And that main piece, all. And then also, man, in the Greek, I found out that the fall short part is translated in the Greek. It's in the present tense, which means we keep falling short. So the bottom line is everyone sins. Everyone has sinned. There is no one who does not sin. Therefore, none of us are doctors, but we're just patients. All of us. So be careful how you treat somebody today, how you judge somebody today. They're not doing anything any different than you.
They're not doing anything different than you.
Kind of humbling.
You Christians are
Wow.
sexual.
The new hypocrite manual got a Greek lexicon in the back.
You Christians are sexual deviants. Yeah. You're disgusting. That doctrine that he just said, brother.
Hypocrites will
failing doctrine in the Christian church. Yeah. For all have sinned. That all my years in the school lock, I have never understood what a deviant you must be to take that precept like this. Black women out there, put a 1W on the screen. Let me give you another saying, and you tell me what this, and then when I say this term for black women, every black woman will understand this term. And then I want you to tell me as black men how you digest this term. Does this term mean that you should be this or that you should not be this? You ready, Mayak? All men are dogs. All men are dogs. Every woman has heard that term. All men are dogs. How about this? Can I say a profanic word, a word with profanity? Oh, perfect. Perfect. No, I'm not on TikTok. I should have been. I forgot to go on TikTok. But I'm going to say a word that's a curse word, a profanity word. Niggas ain't shit, Mayak. God. Niggas ain't shit. Now, when you hear niggas ain't shit and all men are dogs, do you think to yourself, niggas ain't shit, so I don't ever have to try to be anything better? Because niggas ain't shit. All men are dogs. You know what? All men are dogs. So I can just keep on getting prostitutes because all men are dogs. When women say all men are dogs, men take that to say, I should be better. Everyone takes it like that. You don't go, all men are dogs, so I'm just going to keep on getting prostitutes because all men are dogs. Niggas ain't shit. So since I'm a nigga, I don't ever have to get a job or go to school or get off of drugs. Why? Because niggas ain't shit. When you hear the term niggas ain't shit, it inspires you to not be like a nigga who's not shit. When you hear all men are dogs, You're inspired to be better than your father, to be better than the other men. Christians read, all have sinned, and they go, good. So I don't ever have to be righteous. All have sinned is an insult to the nation. It's God insulting us. It's like saying all men are dogs. Niggas ain't shit. Ain't none of you worth shit. We don't take that as a compliment. We don't go, God said that none of us is worth shit. Now I'm going to continue to be like that. God said none of you are righteous. All of your righteousness is as filthy rags. It's an insult to us. We're supposed to say, I don't want to be like that. You Christians here all have sinned and are happy and continue to sin more. That's why the community is going to run all of your religions, because you read the Bible and find a way for God's correction to be permission. God is correcting us when he says, all of you are sinners.
It's them, they're literally saying, all of you deserve death.
That's what it's saying.
Good.
It's saying all of you deserve to die. None of you are righteous. Thank God none of us are righteous. So now we can just all sin. It is a chastisement. It's an insult. It's not a compliment that you should try to continue, Yediah.
If I may, sir, what you're saying so heavy, you broke this down in class when you answered the one brother, Quentin, on TikTok, when Christ said, why callest thou me good? There ain't none good but the Most High.
Yeah. Only a deviant could take that. You know what? Here, this is what I'm going to tell all you women. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Now go ahead and keep being a bitch. Keep being a hoe. I guess I just gave you permission to be a hoe and a trick, right? This is what I'm telling you Christians. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Now, does that mean that every woman should focus her life on being a hoe and a trick? Or does that mean you should be better than a hoe and a trick? You take the Bible when God is giving us a chastisement, a correction, insulting our behavior, to be a compliment and something that you should continue to do. You're disgusting. And that's why people go to church and pull a gun on people in church. That's why that happens. That's what people do in church. They're going to go and pull guns on people in church. And we're going to need the Lord's help to save the life of pastors and preachers in churches, because the doctrine that you teach is self-destructive and harmful to the soul. You cannot tell a person that everybody sinned, so just keep sinning.
Right.
Everybody, God said we all have sinned, so he wants us to keep doing it. We should continue to do it. That is harmful to the soul of black people.
And Jesus Christ, for all of you that claim to love him so much, he gave you an example of that. They found a woman in adultery. And when they told Christ, we found her in adultery. She's supposed to be put to death. Christ said, yeah, she is supposed to be put to death. Now let the one of you who don't deserve death, who have sinned and don't deserve death, let you cast the first stone. None of them hurt this woman because they were all convicted and knew that they needed to show God that they want to do better and have mercy themselves. So they had to give her mercy. And when they left, Christ told this woman something. Christ said, go your way and sin no more. That's what every Christian missed, General. Like he didn't tell her, we all fall short of the glory and we all sin. So adultery is a wonderful thing. No, he told her, go, I'm going to forgive you this time, have mercy on you this time, but sin no more. Why? Because Jesus Christ's grace does not allow you to sin once you know you got that grace. Once you know he gave you grace and you understand what he's saying, you know his grace covered the things you did in the past. Now you got to change and don't sin no more, like he told the woman in adultery. But you Christians are so horrible, like the general bringing out. It's damn near unthinkable what you teach and what you stand on. Like, what's the purpose of the church? If we all have sinned and we can keep on sinning, then we don't need no pastors and deacons and goddamn churches. We don't need you if God going to love us anyway. you are destroying the community.
Listen, they're the kind of people out that don't believe in the law unless someone breaks it for them. This is what I'm going to do for you Christians in Creflo Dollar. I'm going to go find your mother, your single mother, and I'm going to take your mother out for a steak dinner at Peter Luger's in New York. I'm going to give her flowers and candy, and I'm going to romance her and give her compliments that she's never heard in her life. Then I'm going to have sex with your mother, and I'm going to never call her again. And when you call me up to say, why'd you break my mommy's heart? You know my mother has been single for years. Why'd you do that? You know what I'm going to say? All have sinned. We all have sinned, Doc. Your mother should have known that when she decided to turn that tail over to me. That we're all sinners. And she should think about that when she wants to judge me for having sex with her and never calling her again. She should think about that. Oh, yeah, and all men are dogs, too. So what are you even doing being angry at someone? Why do you women even get angry at men for cheating on you? All men are dogs, and we all have sinned. Why do you divorce your husband for cheating on you? If we all have sinned. You see, when they're offended, Mayok, then they want to keep the law.
Right.
But when they want to hurt someone else, the law doesn't matter. What's your mom's phone number? Christians, type your mother's phone number into the chat. I'm gonna show you some sin. I'm gonna show you sin that you don't like.
Since we all do it, right?
We all do it, Mayok. I can't do a little bit.
Let me know when you're done,
What's your
sir.
mom's phone?
Let me know when you're done.
Mayok is next.
I got next, sir.
He falls short too. Listen,
we all gonna fall short.
Flesh too.
Right on top of it, right?
Since we in the flesh, I'm in it. Next story. You're dying.
I was gonna say, do you have a sister?
Right.
You got a sister. You die a younger man.
Tell her bring her sister.
Bring her sister for you die. He gonna take her to a steak dinner with the potatoes and the cream spinach and the porterhouse steak, and he is gonna have sex with her and never call her again. Go ahead, up.
Not
Go ahead, whenever you're
not Mr. Swallowed Up. Fans react to Diddy posting video using excerpts from one of Bishop TD Jakes' sermons.
Puff Diddy is just he has no self-awareness if he did this, Mayok. Do you have the video? They saying, Mayok, that Puff Diddy went and pulled up a sermon from TD Jakes to try to get forgiveness for himself or something. Do you have to play the video when you get a chance? That was so I don't understand the video. This is a video that Puff Diddy put out. Am I right? On his Instagram or something like that. Yadai, what do you know about this? Go ahead.
Connor, the midst of all, you know what I mean, the allegations and the stuff coming out against him, you know, he posted this along with like some other things. The last video we went over when he was outside with his youngest son and was going over a list of names.
Oh, okay. So, man, so I remember he did that video where he named all those celebrities that better help him because they're not calling him and they're not reaching out to help him. And then he puts a video out with TD Jakes. So are you saying that this is a sign for TD Jakes that TD Jakes better start helping him?
Connor, what kind of say?
That's rough. Listen, we all have sinned, Doc. So, I mean, really can't be mad at TD for diddling and fiddling your children sore. You can't be angry at him. That, of course, is a ridiculous comment. Listen, Puff Daddy is in trouble. He's using this video of this diddler. It's stupid. It's disgusting, but it is commonplace Christianity. Like the brother right here said, no accountability. What's his name right here in the chat room? Some brother up here said, no, what's his name? Daniel, son of Judah. He said, no accountability. It's not my fault. I'm just a dirty sinner. That's the Christian motto. Nothing is ever their fault. It doesn't matter until someone hurts them. Until someone hurts them. All right, God's law, brother. Without God's law, we're animals. God's law is what makes us human. It's what makes us civilized. The Christians have relieved you from the responsibility, the accountability to follow God's law. And because of that, this planet is in chaos. This planet will be subdued by the law of God. That's coming soon. Jesus Christ gave his life to bring peace on earth. That peace can only be achieved by the law of God. The law of, please, Maya.
Stalking. They said they didn't hear the video, so just it was TD Jakes. It was the Puff Daddy video with TD Jakes saying, "I'm gonna stand through the storm and stand through the storm," and that's all it was.
Listen, you deviants always think that you're under some affliction when you're being brought to court for messing with someone's children. Now, you act like you're under some affliction because finally someone told on you. You thought no one would ever tell, which is the attraction to children, the attraction that they have to children. You can buy a grown-up prostitute with all of the grown, you can't say prostitute. You can buy a grown-up partner for relations, a sex worker, escort. You can buy a grown escort. You can buy one with all of the body parts of a grown escort. The attraction to children is the innocence that will never tell on you. That's why they like children like that, because a child is innocent. They want to mar and scar that innocence, and a child is already made victim because you can make them afraid and they'll never tell anyone. That's the entire attraction that they have to children. So when a deviant is brought before justice, you know what he says? I am under persecution. They all do it. I am being persecuted. Because in their mind, brother, that child was never going to say a word. And if he did say a word, no one would believe them because a child has a vivid imagination. So no one would ever believe them. Listen, TD Jakes, Puff Diddy, Random Preacher USA, your justice hasn't begun to happen yet. Justice is coming from the Most High God. You haven't begun to be judged yet. If you can't take the American court system, then you are not ready for God's justice because it is coming quickly. Next, Yediah.
Khan. It says, what are those? Social media goes in after Meek Mill pops out in this outfit.
I got to see this video. I didn't see this video. Zakaria Bun God, I see you, warrior. Yahweh Shamar Alatha, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatha. Flip the script, though. Harlot. I see you. Go ahead, warrior. Whenever you're ready to play the video. Daniel, son of Judah. Exactly. No problem, warrior. Am I getting all the things? Hold on. I try to get some people in here while Yediah is finding that video. Damn thing messed up. I'm about to find this bullshit. 1 second. Also, if anyone has any questions or comments, just type them in. The brothers will get them on the screen, all right? We ready whenever you... Oh, this is it right here. Let me see this.
What you back? I ain't mad at you. Ain't telling to what I gotta do to be having you. I pay the avenue, top 5, 60 in a savage soul. Got an attitude, what you back?
Yeah.
I ain't mad at you.
What's all this about, Maya?
I have no idea.
What's this supposed to be? Thumb, what do you know about this? Write this down for me, y'all.
I guess Meek Mill say,
I don't know what's going on here. I mean, what?
I guess he says it's out now.
Are we playing it for everybody?
It's like I said, it was more so the outfit he had on that night.
I mean, a little more than that. The whole thing is terribly deviant now. Play it. Oh man, that's Meek Mill right there.
Come on, sir.
And what does he got on? That's one of those see-through shirts and the pants. Let me see the dance video. That's bad now, but the dance video is terrible. Okay, that's Meek Mill. Look at this here.
Ain't telling to what I gotta do to be having you. I pay the avenue, top 5, 60 in a savage soul.
Meek Mill thinks he is adorable. Meek Mill thinks he is a belly button adorable child. Let me tell you, not only, first of all, you cats got to get in the Israelite school of UPK under Commanding General Yohanna. You got to get it. You're wasting the flower of your youth, the strength of your youth into femininity. And you have got to get off of drugs. Those drugs that you on, they turn you into such a silly teenage girl. The drug is called Molly, and you're on that Molly, and you act like a teenage girl on that Molly. That I know what I meant to bring out today. There is some drug. In the country, emergency rooms are being overwhelmed with this illness that it comes from smoking weed, and people cannot stop vomiting. It's like you vomit and you cannot stop. Look up that term, some illness that comes from marijuana use, chronic marijuana use, and you vomit and you cannot stop. Meek Mill is a drug addict. And a lot of the behavior that we see in them wearing purses and wearing dresses, they can't control themselves. Some Edomite tells them what to wear in Paris. They can't stop, and they feel so adorable inside. They feel so giggly and silly like little children, and they dress like girls because they're drug addicts. What do you have? You die. Let me tell you before you bring this out. I get reports that emergency rooms from brothers and sisters that work in hospitals all across the country. These hospitals, Mayak, are being overwhelmed with this illness. Go ahead.
It's called cannabinoid hypernemesis.
That's it.
Syndrome.
Cannabinoid hypernemesis. That's what they said. Go ahead.
Persistent.
I think they pronounce it nemesis to my memory. Go ahead.
Cannabinoid sound like weed.
That's what we talking about,
all
Maya.
Right, all right.
Give him a hand. He know. Maya say, hold up now.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Cannabinoid. Yes, it's talking about weed. Go ahead.
Persistent nausea, intense abdominal pain, loss of appetite, repeated vomiting.
Brother, this is driving the country crazy. And they're saying that it's going to get worse because of the strength of marijuana given to you by government, by tax-paying weed sellers that pay taxes to the government. That the weed is so strong now, and the government is in the weed business because they collect tax money from the cannabis dealers. And the weed is strong like how you can't understand. And they go into that hospital, brother, and cannot stop throwing up. And they just continually like vomit and vomit and vomit and vomit and cannot stop it out. And it's overwhelming hospitals. No news stories about it at all. You got more in the story. They'll tell you how it's going to get worse. They expect it to get worse. Anything else? You die.
And it's your body telling you, listen, stop this. You know what I'm saying? Your body's rejecting it. And a lot of you recover in a hospital, come home and do the same damn thing. A lot of you.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you, like Meek Mill, that marijuana is going to turn you into an LGBT man. Mm-hmm. It's going to do it. No, you can't say LGBT. No, not even that. They getting strict, man. Okay. I thought that was the legitimate way to say things. That marijuana is turning you into an alternative lifestyle person. That's what's going to happen to you. And you're going to look up one day and go, I went from being this gangster to wearing a purse. And you're not going to know how it happened. It's the weed. Mm-hmm. The weed, the marijuana, the cannabis, the pills, the codeine. You are going to get softer. We jammed you again? You are going to get softer and softer and squishier and more adorable than a belly button. And you're going to end up being something that you would have reviled. Go ahead. You die.
If I could, sir. Meek was at them Diddy parties.
Meek Mill had the what?
I said Meek Mill was at those Diddy
parties.
Parties.
I forget that. Meek Mill did go. You can imagine the type of, can I say drugs? Damn, nothing. You can imagine the kind of substances at the Puff Diddy party.
Man, that cat said, I forget his name, Big something, Big Ron, whatever, Big something, who worked with P. Diddy, was bringing out all the different drugs that they take. It's so many. It said they take one drug to numb you up and bring you down to where you don't feel none of that assaulting. You know what I'm saying?
Yikes.
And then another one to keep you up all night. So it's a whole mixture, and then it's a third. It's bringing out it's a
Here we go. Commander General Yohanna is here. We're going to get on. The water, keep going, you day.
So they were
saying, Hazayan as well.
They
Go
were
ahead.
saying, there's a name for these drugs. There's a certain combination of drugs they say they take in P. Dilla's world. You know what I'm saying? That bring you down and numb you and keep you up and make you go for hours. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's the Adderall. I think Adderall is super popular.
It ain't the K2?
I don't know.
It's a combination of like those type of drugs. It's a combination that they got some name for the whole thing. And there you go. And I heard that awful video. If it's true, you got to tell me if it's true. Where it sound like Puff Daddy is getting ran through, they say, by Meek Mill.
I don't know. I heard the audio too, sir. They were saying that it's AI, but he did spend a lot of time with it.
Okay, no sweat.
As you can see from the picture, sir, they got the
He
same
was there
outfit
a lot,
on.
man.
It was a horrible, horrible sound.
I think his mail got delivered there at P. Diddy's house. He was there a whole lot. Okay. We don't know what happened, but he spent plenty of time there. According to Yediah, I understand that we just saw the video of Meek Mill dancing, like a Powerpuff Girl on this video right here.
I mean, I saw the video where Meek was in the pool. Slocky. Where Meek Mills was in the pool and P. Diddy was on the side of the pool calling him daddy. So yeah, daddy, you're gonna be a star, daddy.
Yeah,
You're gonna be a star.
So how do you explain that? There's a few videos of him calling some kid daddy. Calling everybody daddy. It was in front of everybody's face, but nobody wanted to believe it. Somebody went and called the authorities, brother. Go ahead, it's a lock. Oh Lord, what's the little person up there?
Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
Then there was a picture with them and the little person. Something is that was nasty on the surface. Look at that. I don't know what that's going on there, but I don't even want to know about it. Right there. And they got matching outfits on.
Is that cat from Game of Thrones?
I don't know.
Look like it.
Is
it?
Yeah, the short cat from Game of Thrones.
He's a good actor. He was good in that game.
He was good in Game of Thrones, but I don't think that's him.
Yeah, I look like him out the bed.
Well, they all look like. How you gonna tell it?
There's a couple. They all couple that look like.
They all look like. I don't know, but I know what. I don't want no parts of that house.
Right.
Whatever's happening there, I'm leaving.
They got magic shirts on.
That's what I'm saying.
50 Cent brought out a video with Puff Daddy calling Jadakiss and them daddy. And it's like,
go ahead.
And said some more nasty shit. The Jadakiss is like, you don't never come party with me. 50 said, what? How you guys man that? You know what I'm saying?
God. Yes. Yes. Oh man. You got to save that little man, man.
You know what I mean?
See, y'all want to mess with Esau. Your drugs ain't on the level. Esau got drugs, brother. They turn your whole gold upside down. You know what I mean? He giving drugs out to the kids now. And let me tell you something. Okay, in the grand scheme of things, we are losing the fight.
Yeah, man.
Because he's turning our sons and daughters out upside down, damn near at will. Damn near, however he decides.
Okay.
And nobody's able to stop him except the Lord. The only thing that stops these evil spirits is the spirit of the Lord. And that's why our job is so significant, man, because if left alone, they would wipe us the hell out with this sodomy and these things that they trying to do. Like they setting agendas that are agendas of Satan. It was a time where you didn't have to get all the way caught up into the fray with them. You could be separate from them. But now they requiring your soul. They want your soul, They requiring your soul. And that's why this fight is so important, man. I mean, the weed you smoking out here now is nowhere near the weed you were smoking 10 years ago, even 5 years ago. Like they sitting down with scientists in laboratories, just like they do with pharmaceutical drugs, and they are splicing and integrating all types of chemicals inside the weed on all kinds of levels, the pills, all of that. And nobody cares when you die. When that fentanyl was killing Edomites in all those cities, it was nothing but love for them. They was trying to open up centers for them to get drugs. They was trying to do everything they could. Donald Trump said he was going to come to Philly and open up a center where where addicts could go and use the drugs safely. You know what I mean? That's how bad they was trying to save Edomites. Whole towns of Edomites was getting wiped out. But nobody's coming up against how they killing us with the drugs, with the weed, with all of that. You understand? And it's such a loser's game because you run for a while, you make a lot of money short term, but then you either got to get out quickly and find another way to survive, or Esau comes to destroy you, or you get killed by a rival or something else. You understand? Growing up in the 80s, 90s, brother, I watched my whole entire neighborhood get wiped out from just murders and penitentiary and prison. The whole neighborhood. I mean, barring almost none, everybody went to jail. Everybody died. Everybody became drug addicts, male and female. You understand? Which turned the whole place into a horrible nightmare. Couple that with abortion on top of that. Couple that with the economics, they raising prices on everything. Being on drugs now, brother, is an evil, wicked thing now against you. An evil tool used to break your soul. And brother, you should get up in there among the brothers, man, and just try to flush yourself out from that world. And then once you do flush yourself out, maintain your spirit. Because like the scriptures say, you'll go back and take on 7 demons greater than those. You got to fight that as well. And know this for a fact. I don't know. It said live became age restricted, but it's still going. Yeah. So, and worse than that, man, you know, it'll break you for the next generation. You know how many children is in foster care because their parents was on drugs? How many brothers and sisters got ADHD, whatever they call it? How many brothers and sisters have so many myriad of problems because of the parents who got strung out on drugs, broken homes? It's more than just getting high. Getting high affects everything. Break-ins, robberies, stick-ups. The whole black community is being driven by drugs. Even the record industry, like y'all brought out. The record industry it's not just them pouring the drugs in, but which they are, Esau, but it's also driving all the morals of the music industry. Because who are they bringing up? The worst drug dealers you could find, the most immoral cats you could find, that's who they making you worship. They becoming your spokesperson. When you rebel, like in the NFL situation, they becoming the person you look up to, the person you aspire to. You understand? They setting paths of careers of young brothers. 12, 13 young brothers start out robbing. Let me tell you the whole pattern. They start out robbing or carjacking, right? And they get that going and get a few dollars. Now, at the same time, they hustling, working under somebody. But they working that other hustle to raise some more money. Now, that alone is destroying families, single moms losing their cars. You understand the insecurity that comes in the hood because people become paranoid. They don't know if it's their neighbors robbing them or what. Next thing you know, that creates more problems because, of course, everybody on edge, everybody ready to shoot everybody. Don't nobody talk to nobody in the neighborhood. You barely can't come together because everybody's wondering if that next neighbor is the criminal that robbed their house last week. So you got that going. Then you get you a package because you done saved up some money. Now you getting up in the studio. If you ain't dead yet, then you start making some songs and making some music. And you don't get up because of your talent. Anybody that tell you that you become great in the music industry because of your talent is lying to you. They are completely and thoroughly lying to you. Nobody, listen to me good, nobody becomes great in the music industry because of their talent. You might have talent. You might not have talent. Nobody cares. You know what matters? Who's handling the money, which is why drug dealers are the ones becoming the famous rappers, because they got enough money for studio time. They got enough money to take their songs downtown to the Edomites, so the Edomites can break that song down just the way the record companies want it, package it up and sell it. They're the ones paying. You think NWA was just making good music and that so-called Jew just loved their music? Them cats, that main cat, the one that died of the AIDS, everybody know what game he was in. He was in a game. And that game is how he got the Edomite on board. And that's how it goes out here. You understand? And you get caught up in it, and then you look at that world as your career. And then you start going into that world. And before you know it, you get opened up to all the sin. And when you get opened up, then you end up in Puff Daddy's house in a mansion you've never seen, with 20 damn bedrooms and 16 garages and 25 bathrooms or whatever the hell they got up there. And you overwhelm the women that you've never seen, the beauty that you've never seen before on a level like you've never seen. Now you caught up into the game. Now here's where they come and give you some real drugs. The real good stuff that your little body can't handle. And now they poison you up and do every immoral thing to you, just like they brought out in them documentaries with them kids in them TV shows and all of that. You understand? And before you know it, you get up there to the top. And by the time you become successful, you're a drug addict. Your spirit is broken. You're going home crying. They ain't telling you about that. Ask some of them bodyguards about the lives of some of them entertainers. That's why half of them committing suicide. Half of them doing, you wonder, why he do that crazy? Why he crash his car up like that? Why he do that? Why he go to hell off like that? Because he in a world, brother, of evil like you can't even imagine. Now, how do you fix that? How do you change that? You change that, man, by getting your own identity and doing your own damn thing. That's how you change that. The so-called small hats, remember they had the woman come out several years ago. What did she say, you die? She said that the young black man is the biggest threat that they have. They on the other side of the world. Yep. Why is the young black man their biggest threat? Because the young black man has got the voice. You got the voice. But the problem is they owning the voice. You better wake up and come back to your own. You don't have to be immoral. And they've been hustling us with this for years. Go back to the old jazz musicians. I used to go to, just a little history, I used to go to Harlem with Chief Head Priest Yeshaya. He used to play jazz, play guitar. He played in all the Harlem clubs, man. I used to love to go. I would pull security for him. I would just go up in there and sit down, sit on a stool most of the time. And I would just sit there. He would play with them other cats, man. It was the real jazz they used to get it in on. And it was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. To me, it was like nostalgic. It was like, this some real, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And little did I know at the time, that was the last I was going to see it at, because they was going to wipe it out. But I saw something else in there too. I used to think it was a stereotype when you go see movies like Lady Sings the Blues and different movies where these different musicians are strung out on drugs and they trying to play and they got talent. I'm thinking this is a movie. It ain't no movie. The movie just telling you what's happening in real life. You had cats sitting in these Harlem clubs out that was amazing with their talent, but wouldn't play ball with Esau. And Esau got them strung out. They in the club, hands swollen, but bad as hell, playing these two. They had buses of Japanese tourists would pull up to this little raggedy Harlem club and fill the club up. They would fill it up with these little Japanese kids. And them kids would sit up there, brother, leaning over at the stage out 2-3 hours, buying drinks, eating, spending money in the club. And they would watch these brothers jam out all night long till the damn club would close. I watched that with my own eyes. And many of them brothers' spirits was broken because back then they was sending people to get you high. That's why all of them singers back then and them musicians and Dizzy and all of them brothers, they was all strung out on drugs. Not because they wanted to, but they was convinced that you had to get high to release your talent. That's another hustle. That's another dumbass hustle. How the hell you got to get high to release what the Lord put inside you in terms of your creativity and your talent? The hell kind of BS is that? The Lord is the one that put that in you, and you don't need Esau's chemicals to get it the hell up out of you. You understand? If that was the case, he'd give them chemicals to his own people, and they'd be all the rappers. They'd be all the singers. They'd be all the talented people. And brother, that's why we chastise in here, man. We chastise you to come back to your own. This is tough love, real love, emergency love. Yep. It's emergency love. You wondering what the hell it is? It's emergency love. You understand? I saw a tape, brother. I'll never forget this tape I saw of Lil Wayne talking to a young brother. I know y'all saw this tape where he told the brother, I'm going to do you like they did me. That tape, brother, I was frightened when I saw that tape. I saw that tape, I was like, I wanted to jump through that screen, man, and try to save that brother. Because in essence, they were saying, we're going to destroy your morals too. And look at this brother. That brother is a top musician. And obviously has all kinds of problems based on what has happened with him. Based on that. Now, why is it they get to do that to us? Why they get to do that to us, man? Because they own us until we decide to be owned by Yahawashi. Like he went up on that cross and died to break you. You know what it means to have a covenant with God? Do you understand what that means? Do you understand what it means to have a deal with the Creator? That means you get a chance to call on him, man. And he's better than the mob. He's better than any gang. He's better than any military, any killer, any bomb, any jet, any nuclear weapon. He's bigger, badder, and rougher than all of them. And you done made that covenant, and your king died to get you back in that covenant. You better utilize the deal. And furthermore, you can't get out the contract no way. The only way you can get out the contract is if you have a full blood transfusion and put another nation in you. You got to drain every single drop of blood out of your vein till it's bone dry. And if you still alive, put some Edomite blood in you, and then maybe he might let you out that deal. Maybe. That's the only way you get out of it. Turn to the Most High, man. And that's why the brothers in the UPK, these camps that's out there, man, you saving the brothers' lives. Tons of brothers come in here, man, was getting high, strung out, destroyed, and came back from that madness, man, and came back to be amazing, right or wrong. I'm going to run for just a second more, y'all. Please. Like, they came back to be to be amazing. They came back, man, and you saw what the Lord had in them. And brother, that's got to come back again, man. We getting played. It's like Esau, he's so smart. He's such a snake. He take a drug addict and make that drug addict the flavor. Like this out of his mind, drugged out kid. He make him the flavor. What's that one that had his face all messed up? His face with tattoos and marks on it. No, not him. I think this cat might be an Edomite, as a matter of fact.
Super famous?
He's super famous. You know what I'm talking about?
I think
oh, no, not him, but he's another one. See, he's another perfect example of he might not even be on drugs, but he got to act like he on drugs to make sure, he go down the path. He got to act like he's a drug dealer. When I don't believe that kid is a drug dealer. Like, he's like a regular Issacharite. If he didn't have his talent, he'd be running a grocery store or something. Regular Issacharite, somebody got behind him, made him look like a criminal and a drug dealer and a murderer, and now look. You know what I'm saying? And that's why this weekend, man, this black party, give it up again for Cat McCod and all the brothers in the black party. The whole Passover posse. Because, brother, you saw, to me, I mean, look, I seen a lot over the years. But to me, it was amazing to see brothers coming with music that was pro us and pulled in a sister who dropped the song that was pro us. And it reverberated, like the fake Israelites got shook.
Yeah.
It was too much righteousness. It was too, y'all went too far. Y'all should have stayed on that corner, just, talk about Jeremiah 14 too. You out of pocket. You got out of your place. Get ready to see much more of that, man, because it was the Most High really working to show us something, man. To show us we don't have to bow. We don't have to bow. We don't have to bend. We could do it how we want to do it. And Lord knows we need it to be done positively and righteously. And we should go for that. Now, listen, I understand somebody out, y'all ain't ready for the battle, because it's a battle to get up in that world and to change what they coming with. You understand? But the UPK, that's all right. We got it.
Right.
Y'all sit back and relax. We got this. Because we going for the whole enchilada. You understand? Like a black person should be able to enjoy wonderful music. You understand? That's not about trying to be a drug dealer. It's not about trying to make a whore out of a sister. You understand? And brothers have committed themselves to do it. And now the industry is beginning to recognize that there's a whole world ready for that. You understand? And we're going to fill that void. I yield.
All right, sir.
Say it. Yes, please, sir.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
You got it.
Khan, sir. This next story, sir, like really took Israel by storm. Kendrick Lamar and Drake right now, you know what I mean? They're having like the rap feud of the century.
The rap feud of the century.
That is engulfed, you know what I mean, everybody in Israel, sir.
What's it based on?
Okay, it's based on, Kendrick and Drake, you know what I mean, throwing disses at each other for a few years now. And it finally came to fruition when the last project that Drake did with J. Cole, you know what I mean? J. Cole said something about, them being the big three, and then Kendrick came out and responded to it. Then J. Cole backed out, and then Drake and Kendrick have been having a back and forth this past week.
Over who's the biggest?
So
we have a nationwide battle over who's more vain. Like two bitches. Bitch, my ass bigger than yours. Like that's what this is about. It's about who could be more vain towards. You see the problem? Like this is what keeps us dumb and ignorant and blind and stupid. This right here. And not only that, who's really behind this here? What's really behind this here is them record labels. You understand? Obviously, one of them or several of them record sales is dropping. So they've got to get them in there in a battle to get the attention back. You understand? And as a matter of fact, I could be wrong. Y'all tell me, but I think Kendrick Lamar is he hitting? Has he had a hit?
He's about to release an album. You can all but guarantee that.
There you go. Yeah, man. So it's just another hustle to keep us at odds with one another. You know what I mean? Like probably over nothing. And let me tell you something else. We all caught up into this when we should be angered at this. We should be angry as hell at these brothers for this. Because these brothers, for mere vanity, are going to fight each other to get more record sales and more money for themselves instead of unifying us that's suffering on the ground. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they ain't going to open a single supermarket. Ain't going to be no supermarket in the hood. It ain't going to be, Kendrick Lamar and Drake open a new supermarket in, Harlem's most challenged area. The brothers went down to North Carolina and did a food drive out there. And I mean, that hood was destroyed.
Damn right, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you want to talk on it, but Cap, you was there. You was there with General Katham and the rest of y'all. It was hard. It was a nightmare down there. Tell them what you was telling me about what the brothers when the kids got off the bus, and tell them about the sister, what she said. Break it down, please, if y'all don't mind.
So, when you gave us the order to go and occupy McDougal Terrace, to go give the relief to the Islam.
Yeah, take mine. That's all right. While he's talking, if you could, can you turn mine around? Yes, sir. No, hold.
Yeah, mine.
No, hold. No, he's right. He's right. Go ahead, go ahead.
So when you gave the order, General Katham, for us to go down there to get the brothers together to do the mission in McDougal Terrace with the food drive and the clothes and the expungement program that we successfully did on the 19th of April, sir. When we got there in the perfect time because the brothers had already established a perimeter for safety and security with the Shamar. And so around 3 o'clock, which is the usual time for the children to get out of school, they getting off the buses, and we got it on film where you could see the kids as they walking through the neighborhood. They just see tons of brothers standing, all like in the cuts, in the alleys, on the back of the building, in front of the building, all over the street. And there was one brother in specific, sir, but it was like at least 9 or 12 children had ran up to a brother in Philly, Nathaniel Allah.
Let me stop you. Is there any way to bring that mic over here? Reach that mic over here if you could. You know what I'm saying? And then just a cup, if I could, just a cup. Thank you, brother. Can you get it? You can get them that way.
Yes, I can get it.
Okay, so. The water.
So as you can see, the brothers and sisters, they can see on the video, we swarmed that whole community. We swarmed that whole community. And so around 3 o'clock, the children, they getting off the bus, and it was a brother from Philly, Officer Nathaniel Allah. He's standing, he's securing the zone. He on post on the opposite, on the far east side of where we were doing the, giving away the clothes and stuff. And the children got off the bus, and it's like they seen him, and they all ran up to him at once and started. And he had the armbands on, the traditional armbands on that we always wear. And they ran up on him and started pulling on him and touching his arms and pulling his shirt and everything. And it was glorious because that was the safest them kids ever been walking home. And we have, and once again, also to water the use of Commander GEN.YAHANNA, General Katham, you know what I'm saying, for orchestrating the whole thing. All the brothers that was out there, sacrificing their time, being with their family during the Passover, and actually, giving back to the people that the world rejects, really.
Damn
so
right.
It was gave us real good insight at what actually is going on, because a lot of them, those children are fatherless. A lot of those children are fatherless. Fathers are getting locked up. Fathers are getting unalived out there by the crime and the violence. We received a report 3 days later. There was a triple unaliving out there, where a 16-year-old boy lost his life, because of the violence and the crime going on around there. That was after we left.
Can I add something to it? Salak, if I could, bring it back to me just for a second. And here's the part. Let me tell you the part that everybody don't know. We brought this out in the council this Saturday. The mayor got on the news. He was getting complaints about us. And he got on the news and said, I don't care about what organizations of 50C, or I don't care about none of that. I want to know who's going to help me stop this violence in the city. He was saying to them, I don't want to hear about them cats. They was out there stopping the violence.
That's right.
You understand? They was, because it's of course, the old bourgeoisie and the Edomites was mad as hell that we was up in the project and shut it down.
That's right.
And they was mad as hell. Some of them getting paid off. Some of them getting dope money. And they was mad as hell. And then then when the shooting happened, they went and complained to the mayor, tried to tie it to us. The mayor knew. He had his own investigators and cops out there. He said, I don't want to hear none of that about them 501s and all that. He said, I want to know who's going to help me stop these killings.
That's right.
In other words, he was telling them, I don't want to hear y'all complaining about them brothers. Them brothers was out there. And brother, when the black community learns this, the Latino community, Native Indians learn this. When you learn what our true heart is about, brother, you're going to call on us, man, and we're going to respond. We could fix, damn right, we could fix us. You hear me? We can fix us. I mean, to take it, bring it back to the Cap so he can tell you more
Most High Christ
about
the
what
water.
happened out there, man. Big shout out to General Slaki. Go ahead.
Right, sir.
Most High Christ the water, sir. And so if you look at the screen right now, like as the brothers were doing the operations and doing the different things, those kids were swinging, hanging on the swings, running on the slides. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They was having, you know, it was a whole, you know, spectacle out there that they really appreciated. I do want to report, and you say when you bring up the thing about the sister.
Yeah,
and
when y'all was riding on the vehicle.
No sweat. So as the brothers and myself, we're doing, you know, a perimeter check. We're doing a moving rover around in the truck. And so as we giving the brothers relief and water and stuff like that, a couple of young brothers, real small cats, couldn't be no older than 9. You know what I'm saying? They say, can we ride? Can we ride? Can we ride like that? I say, yeah, come on, get on up. So they ride on the thing, told the brother to go real slow. You know what I'm saying? But just to, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, minister to them. And so we pull around the corner. And then so there's one sister say, hey, y'all get off that car. Y'all get away from them. Y'all get off that car. And, you know what I'm saying? And we looked at her and looked at them children and said, this is what we need to fix right here. Like, because these children are so fatherless. And the sisters, I mean, it was just, you know, it just really showed us that we have to fix us first. I mean, how you always told us, Commander GEN.YAHANNA, the way we fix us is by putting a black man under Christ in every one of these homes. Under the ISUPK.
Damn right.
That's how we fix this.
That's how we fix
We don't need to vote. We don't need to do none of that. We put a brother that's loyal to the UPK, Lord of Christ, in all of these homes to save these children out there, because they definitely losing their lives. If it's not for you, more of them gonna lose it. So
not for our King Yahweh, man. We'll be all damn doomed because of this madness, man. That was an amazing job y'all did out there, man. Changed the whole community, and then they called us back. You ain't bring that part out. How the people give it back to him one more time, because the nonprofit. I mean, the people tell them. You tell them.
Salaki. So you know, while we was out there, it was 2 sisters that were impressed with, you know, the display, the discipline we showed out there, and they actually orchestrate the community relief for all 4 projects in Durham, North Carolina, and they have them sectioned off as high risk. McDougal is, I believe, is the second in the high risk, but there's one that's more hostile than the McDougal projects. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, we working with them right now as we speak. I got something in my phone as well. I'm gonna just go ahead and bring this out too. General Kadum spoke about it. My phone phone died.
Yeah, plug it in right quick. Somebody plug in his phone for a minute. Let me tell you something else too. Like nobody wanted to come in there and help them. That's why the mayor was mad. Yep. Because don't nobody want to come in there and do nothing to help them. They like, damn them kids in there. All the brothers is dead and in jail. And some of the monsters that's still living in there, for whatever reason, they don't want to see a black man face. They saw them brothers in there and didn't want to see them at all. Didn't want the kids near them. Meanwhile, because they was there, the kids was able to play in the playground. The kids went in the playground, went crazy in the playground. They can't play in their own playground. They were in the playground going crazy. Like, we destroyed in here, man. You ain't got nothing to be proud of. You understand? You so-called entertainers and rappers, you should be ashamed of yourself. You fighting one another over who's the sweetest bitch. Excuse my French. TikTok, y'all know I was just, you know, a little illustration. You understand? Like, that's what you do. When instead, you should be moving towards what Christ's been calling all of us to do. Some of y'all come out to church and become entertainers. And you evil as hell. You wicked as hell. You evil as hell. You don't remember nothing because you didn't learn nothing in them churches. And it is why you got to be taught all over again, man. You should be ashamed with that kind of wealth and power. The only thing we should see about you, even the ball players with all their madness, once in a while you'll see them at a fundraiser, or you'll see them, you know, doing a few things. Everybody that's black and Latino should be in these streets all the time, bringing out what you need. If you need soldiers, call us.
That's right.
Because we already out here. You understand? And we committed ourselves to a moral stance and to serve our King Yahweh and to not get caught up into the games that's in the world. As we go, I warned the brothers in the council, in the Passover council. We getting ready to deal with Hollywood and deal with entertainment. Don't nobody get seduced. Don't let them cameras and lights seduce you. And brothers in the UPK, we built for this. We going in, man. This nation will be built by the hand of Yahushua, and no man can stop it. No man can stop it. Understand? It's the Lord's will. It's why they mad. They mad and in a panic that you coming back to your identity. This is the one identity you will never, ever be beat on. Why? Because you got a covenant with the Lord, sealed in the blood of your king, Yahushua, that died for you to get that covenant. Nobody can take that covenant from you, man. Go ahead, bring it out.
So as your order, sir, you know what I'm saying, we stand on top of Durham, North Carolina, and continue to support and assist McDougal terrorists in their efforts because of the violence that they suffer with their unalive and 16-year-old. The mother's name
Look
of
at that
16.
Salakia. No, I mean to cut you off. I just want them to see that ain't sandwiches. Right. Yeah, man. That's real food. Go ahead,
The mother's name of that brother that was unalive, the 16-year-old, is Latoya Edwards. General Katham gave us the order to take her some groceries for the UPK, to go reach out to her and take her some groceries and administer to her. And like you ordered us to, and General Katham is carrying out, sir. We're gonna continue our efforts like we're doing there, McDougal Terrace and all those projects in Durham, sir. And
Most
stay on top of it.
Damn right. Damn right. You know what I mean? You want to be a soldier, man? Come be a soldier.
That's right.
Don't be a soldier to kill and murder and pillage and destroy your own. Become a soldier so you can get up in here, man, and get the work of the Most High done. A great job, Cap. Great job. You know what I mean? You can come back after a few minutes if you want, just to read that part. We break in. I yield, y'all.
Yeah, right. And just if I can add one more thing, what Cap was bringing out, and the general, even in this kingdom, studies show that young kids growing up without their fathers, grow up very emotional and very undisciplined. And that's why the streets are like they are. Slow.
Damn right. Damn right.
Please, Murrow.
So, Locke, if I could, sir, I just want to address something that's in the comments, man. Like, is a brother, this brother, ever since we spoke about not being on drugs and how that affects us in the entertainment business, this brother, he's been trying to use a scripture to say that we can that we can use drugs and use marijuana in specific. I'm gonna read his comment if I may, if that's permitted, just because it is on the topic. If I could, sir.
You could read it, then I'm gonna lose my mind.
Yes, sir.
I've been trying to help you in the chat.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. I can't see it.
It says, this is from Marcel Gary. He says, so we need a license. Now, he said more things than this, but this is the last comment. He says, so we need a license from our oppressors in order to treat or heal our bodies with those substances that God has freely given us to the Israelites to consume and help us in perilous times.
I told him, he could bring out strength to see. God said everything is for our youth. So the Lord made medicine for the healing of the nation, not to get high. So
Right.
He responds with the slide.
If I could,
go ahead, sir.
If I could, first of all, this brother is evil as hell to say that. You know who else makes this exact same argument? The people who say that a woman should be able to have an abortion if it's the result of a raping or if it's a result of some kind of molestation. They believe, so they saying, how you gonna have a total ban on abortion when what do you do if a woman gets raped? And we already said what's supposed to be done, which is you take that sister, you give her all the counseling and care that she needs to get through that. And then when she has that baby, you give her the right to let that baby go because that baby is the result of a horrible thing that happened to her. But for those 9 months, she's got to be counseled through delivering that baby properly because that baby had nothing to do with what that man did to her. That baby have a right to live. So yes, all abortions, except if it mean the wife, the mother's life. Why? Because if the mother died, no more babies. So if it's the mother's life over the baby's life, then you got to save the mother. Because the mother can possibly have another baby, but the baby
is not even born yet. You understand? That's the only time when the law allows that to happen. A woman gets pregnant, she don't have no right to kill a baby. This argument that this brother is making is the same stupid argument. The Lord made many plants on this earth. Even herbs that he's talking about. You take the wrong herb at the wrong time, you could drop dead. You mix the wrong herbs the wrong way, you could drop dead. That don't mean you could just because it grow out the ground, you could take any substance you want. And here's why it's such an evil argument. Let's put it on the scale, fam. How many people are taking marijuana for medicinal purposes, under a doctor's care, and how many are getting high in the street and going to jail and robbing, stealing, killing, and shooting? You see how stupid that is? You making an argument like, what about for medicinal? You're a weed head. Right. What you doing this? What about things that God gave us for medicine? The 99% of blacks, Latino, and Native Indians, they not, first of all, you wouldn't be smoking it if it was for medicinal purposes. Putting smoke of any kind in your lungs destroys your lungs. So you fixing your nerve problem while destroying your lungs. That is a lie and a joke within itself. Okay? And the portions that we take it. The whole reason you get high is because the portions you taking are beyond the portions that a doctor would give you. That's why you're high. So it's a dumb, stupid, fake argument to try to make it seem like, the Israelite school UPK is stopping brothers from getting their health together. Like you can't get your medicinal health right. You're disgusted, man.
And we don't need the doctors. We don't need the white man's license. We can figure it out ourselves.
Yeah, we can figure it out ourselves, big dummy. First of all, the Lord said, give place to the physician. And Lord knows we ain't got no physicians in the black community. You walk in the doctor's office and get a black doctor, you be shocked. Yeah. You be like, okay. The black doctor come in there, you shocked. Because you will never see that. And this man made sure you don't see him by bringing the East Indians and the Orientals in. You understand? And making them your doctors. All them Arab chicken joints, all their kids is becoming doctors. Yep. All the Chinese restaurants, all their kids are becoming doctors. Yep. You understand? All the East Indian restaurants, all their kids are becoming doctors. You don't have them businesses. Your kids ain't becoming doctors, and that's by design. So does that mean you now turn to herbs and take no kind of education on how to take it, on what portions to take, on what to do, and now you cut off modern medicine to do it? You're a damn liar, man. You're a liar and an advocate for drug addicts. Like, and let me tell you one last thing, Maram, I'm coming back to.
Yes, sir.
And that's this cat right here is a perfect example of horror. Like a real leader would say to themselves, marijuana, let's talk about what it does. And they would see the myriad of murders and killings and overdoses and all the madness that comes from it. And then they'd see the handful of people who say they need the marijuana for medicinal purposes. And guess what a real leader would do? A real leader would say, you know what? Let's put the marijuana in the hands of the doctors, not a dispensary. You understand? For something, the only drug you can go get out of a dispensary. Every other drug you got to get from a prescription. Every real drug. But this one you get out of a dispensary. Why? Because they don't want it in the hands of doctors. Why? Right. Because then the doctors may not give it to you like they've been giving everybody the other drugs. You understand? So that's how a real leader would do that. A real leader would say the damage that it's doing far outweighs any benefit that we get for our community. And that's why you fake Israelites shouldn't be in charge. Because the black community needs real leadership.
That's right.
Latino community needs real leadership.
That's right, sir.
You understand? Native Indians need real leadership. And you're not it. He said something else. All right, we giving him a little light. We giving you your 15 minutes of fame.
So
I'm gonna cut you off in a second. Go ahead.
If I may, this was his last statement, and I just want to make a comment about it. If I may, he says the push to make marijuana legal is the government muscling themselves within the market to dominate it and make a profit, another resource for the government to collect revenue by inflating the market. It says the Bible, Salaki, his last one he said was, Salaki, hold on, I'm trying to put it on the screen. The Bible did not call them drugs. The Bible states it's called medicine. Now, if I may,
you want to say something now?
Yes, I would like to say.
I'm seething.
If I may, sir, I just have one question for this brother, and I want to make a statement. Did this brother go and get the vaccine for COVID? Because if he was against the vaccine for COVID, then he should not even speak.
Right.
Because that's a medicine. And I want to ask him, does he take an Advil on a daily basis, just in case? Does he buy vitamin D?
Does he take a goddamn cough drop? Does he take a goddamn haul?
Motrin?
Because if he do, he's a goddamn liar. You right or wrong?
Sir.
And go ahead.
And if I may, sir, does he take cocaine? Does he take heroin? These come from plants that are medicinal, perk 30s.
Exactly.
But my main question is, did he get the COVID vaccine? Because if he did not, then he shouldn't even speak.
He should shut the hell up.
If
If I could add you, this is a foul dude.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you why he's so foul. Because he just made an argument on why black people should sell drugs. Because he just said the government wants to take it over so they can inflate the cost, so they can muscle their way in. Listen, thank God they muscling their way in.
Yeah.
Thank God. Because we dying from having a drug trade. Okay? And by the way, the Lord called them medicines. Drugs is another term for medicines, dummy. That's number one. And number two, Paul said this: he that is ill eat herbs. He didn't say he that is ill smokes a blunt. He said eateth herbs. You understand? That's the medicine, not you smoking it. Okay? And yes, the government is muscling in on it. They're taking away one of the black community's stable markets. And thank God they are. You know why? Right. Because if they take away that market, you got to find another one. And I pray that you find righteousness in your heart to say, let me get together with my brothers and sisters and build a new kind of market. I pray you don't just become a whore for the next drug that they come out with and make you the salesperson for. I mean, my goodness, the freeway Ricky Ross story is all over the world at this point. Like the brother was used by the CIA to destroy Black America. And you may not be old enough to have seen it. I saw it. And it was a nightmare like you can't believe. You think the fentanyl destruction of white people was bad? Go back and get the tapes on the crack epidemic of the late 80s that black people suffered, Latinos, Native Indian, that turned our daughters into whores. You had drug dealers making black women have sex with their pit bulls for that drug in public on an open street corner. Decent people gave up their morals and their souls and collapsed before the hands of drug dealers when you made them gods and they became rappers. And they're now your executives sitting over the music industry, sending billions to the state of Israel and other places around the world. I saw it myself. It was a nightmare. And you making an argument that the government is taking it over. I pray they take it over. They ain't taking it over fast enough. You understand? They say, what they say is the mother of invention, necessity.
That's right.
I can't wait till they starve us, because they're going to starve us. And I can't wait till they starve us, because in that day, you're going to want to come together then.
Yep.
Oh, my word's going to be like butter then. You're going to be like, he a prophet, man. I'm telling you, man. Y'all get a burger? Yeah. We good. In that day, you're going to love me. You're going to love me in everything I do. You're going to love your king who sent me to you. Why? Because you're going to be hungry and suffering and not have a way to be wicked for prosperity. This society have taught you that if you be a wicked bastard, if you let them suction your child out of your gut, you understand, you might become wealthy and famous. If you go out on the street and poison your brothers and sisters with herbs used in the wrong manner to destroy your brothers and sisters, you might become famous and great and wealthy and sit above the black community and smile and shine and walk like a peacock and argue with your own brother over which one of you is the hottest, is the sweetest. You disgust me. And that brother disgusts me. For you to have that mentality and that identity, you know nothing about serving the Lord and nothing about how to fix the black community. Many of your black leaders are getting drug money. You understand? That's how they allowed to operate on many of these streets because of what they've done and the networks they belong to. I pray they take it all over because I saw what they did when they poured it into our community. It made brothers go crazy. Ricky Ross himself spent 20 some odd years in the penitentiary. 20 some odd years in the penitentiary, and he got babies and everything. That's just one brother of so many brothers. Every friend I had growing up in the Bronx all ended up dead in jail, wiped, and all of them thought they were smarter than Esau.
Yep.
Everybody think they could do it better. And all of them ended up destroyed. I live with that pain to this day. Damn your weed. Damn the legalization of that weed.
Yeah, right.
Damn that hell that have wiped us out and destroyed us, man. And damn you for portraying yourself as somebody that have a sensible argument towards something that is so dangerous to us. It's so dangerous to us. You should be talking to your sons and daughters like it's an emergency when it comes to drugs. You should be talking to them like they should be learning the evils of it before they even know what it is, damn near. It should be every black woman should be writing a children's book about how to teach your children to not become caught up in the drug game.
That's right.
And more, and just as important, brothers and sisters should be coming together in a body to build the things that make us not need drug money. We don't have to. The richest country in the world. The only thing we got is to sell drugs. We can't make no other industry. We can't. Chief Ed Preacher Shy used to always say, "You Negroes ain't got a toothpick factory." Right. We used to laugh every time he said it, but it was true. You can't box up some toothpicks and get them sold, but you can do the evil that they want you to do. Why can't we have all the industries that affect us? You understand? I'll give you a perfect example. I don't want to down nobody. A lot of brothers making their good money off of Uber. But I'm mad as hell that each city does not have its own Uber run by the Uber drivers. Instead, all of the damn Uber run by some corporation traded on Wall Street, making millions off of the Uber while squeezing every driver to his last dime.
Yep.
Car breakdown, you got to rent it from them.
Yep.
All these car services, man, brothers should be making 3 times what they making. And it's such a good backup job. Listen, I ain't ashamed to say it. I used to drive cab. When I was 18, I first came in the truth. Back in the 80s, I used to get on the dispatch. Back then you had the dispatch. I used to drive cab, brother, with the Latino brothers. I used to get on up in there with them, and we used to get down. And that's how I survived trying to learn the truth, coming to class and all that. So Uber could be a good thing. But the problem is, see, back then, a driver was independent. You know what I mean? He paid to get on the base, a little money to get on the base, and you ran your own operation, your own thing, and they didn't gouge you and rip you off and rob you. But now these corporations robbing the hell. Why we don't have our goddamn own?
Right.
Why we don't require these black leaders to join us and support us in these positive things? Why does our pro-black radical stance have to be so hated? Why do we got to be acceptable? Why do I got to cut my braids off? GEN.YAHANNA, you know, you older man with all them braids on your head. You unpalatable to white people. Fuck white people. I be forgetting I'm on the show. I be forgetting. You understand? I'll take the braids out if y'all want me going to see it. That's what you want? No. I ain't cutting them. But I'll take them out. No, just joking. My point is, why we got to placate to them to do what we got to do for us? This is an emergency, man. The Lord called prophets of the Lord to do this thing right. Come on with it, Mariah.
Okay, no, go ahead. You know, Mariah, I want to say one thing about this cat here. Okay, we can hit you with the scripture, but you've proven already that you don't want to hear the scripture. Let me give you a story real fast.
If I could, Haas, the scriptures say this, huh? The scripture said, thou shalt not set a stumbling, get it for me, die. Thou shalt not set a stumbling block before thy brother. You know what a stumbling block is? That's a block that you put in the road that nobody can see, that you fall over and hurt yourself. That's what weed is.
Yep.
That's what cocaine is.
Yep.
A stumbling block don't mean an actual literal block. It's something you do to stop or harm or hinder another brother.
That's right.
That's a stumbling block. Since you want a scripture, since you so ignorant, you can't even see the damage it does to your brothers.
Yep.
Here's a scripture for you. Dyer gonna read it for you. Don't set no goddamn stumbling block before our brothers, man. We done had enough stumbling block. We trying to move the stumbling blocks out the way so we can get something done. Read it, you die.
Kyle Khan, sir, the book of Romans, chapter 14 and verse 13. Let us not therefore judge one another anymore.
Is this the one I called for about the stumbling block? Please, go ahead.
But judge this rather, that no man put a stumbling block or an occasion to fall in his brother's way.
Damn. Don't put no stumbling block in no brother's way. You serving up drugs to them, or you thinking it and teaching them that they have a right to get high because you're a drug addict. You understand? Or that they should get high because of that. You set a stumbling block in front of them brothers and them sisters. And brother Paul said, let's make sure we don't do none of that. Go ahead, Marah Salaki. The water you got.
Salaki, sir. I got to clap it up for that one too, sir. And if I may, you gave this man a scripture. He said, he kept asking General, this pull the scripture, sir. It's pull the scripture. I'm just showing I'm studied. You gave him Romans 14 and 2. It's right here. He said, for one eateth that he may eat all things, another who is weak eateth herbs. You gave him that scripture, you quoted it. But if I may, sir, please. Just like General Haas said, he proved that he didn't care about the scripture.
Yep.
He said he didn't get the vaccine.
Exactly.
So smoke weed, but then die from COVID.
Right.
And if I may, and if I may, just to bring it right back home to what you was just saying, if you take a look, this was my point at bringing out what he said. If you take a look at these projects that we just did this mission to, they were so many abandoned. Captain Akkad sent us to every door in this projects. You know how many times we went up to the door, they said, oh, nobody live there, that's abandoned. Nobody there. They kept telling us where to go because you can't tell because it don't have a board on it. It's just nobody's there.
Yeah.
This is the product of drugs, of the same marijuana that you said we gotta get. Meanwhile, more people died from that COVID that you didn't even get the vaccine to, but yet you listen,
right. You quoting it like medicine, but the COVID was killing people like crazy. You didn't look for that. Yeah. You didn't say, Gen.YAHANNA, don't tell nobody not to get the vaccine. I didn't tell them not to get the vaccine, but I am telling them not to go get the weed.
Yeah, right.
You was trying to say something, Cat? Okay,
and Mariah, if I could, they know that weed weakens the brothers. They know that weed destroys your will and makes you soft and messes your head up. Let me tell you something. They know it. My father was a Vietnam vet and came home and had problems, and he ended up in the later years going to counseling and went away because of the counseling. He built a story that I read. And in that story, he said he was on patrol. Now, my father was the 173rd Airborne Brigade. Anybody in the military know about the brigade because they were the ones that had the most combat and combat jumps from airplanes in Vietnam history, right? He did all that. was an alert team, did all that, right? Now, listen, the letter he wrote, I read his letters as he passed away. He said they was on patrol, on a recon patrol, and they was smoking weed and got high. And this cat went to smoke weed and get high, right? They smoked weed and got high and got hit by the Vietcong. And a lot of brothers died while they got hit. And he vowed that day, he said in his letter, that I'm never ever smoking weed again because weed got us killed. That's right. But this cat wants you to smoke weed like it's cool, it's medicinal. Like you simple as hell, brother. Yeah. You understand? It's destroying our young brothers. From the time they put the weed in the hood till Esau took it over, they haven't taken it over because there's money in it. But it still destroyed the young brothers. It take the spirit of war out of you, man. Yeah. Everybody know it, but it's why they were smoking weed in Vietnam, why the Vietnamese was giving it to the brothers. And when I read that from my father, I said, damn, it's a shame he had to experience that to know that he had to stop smoking weed. Are you kidding me? Come on, man, this cat's simple as hell, Joe. Don't make no goddamn sense, sir.
And he just arguing drug addict arguments, Haas.
Yeah,
just drug addict argument. He just said weed haven't killed anybody. When we done brought out all the stats on how it messes up your health and destroys you. And crack didn't kill a lot of us either, but it damn sure destroyed every ghetto in America.
Yes, it did.
It was damn sure horrible.
It's a lot. If I could, General, I didn't mean to jump on but if I could, weed killed millions, dummy. Yeah. Weed had killed. You know how many? I don't know nobody out here in these streets that ain't getting high before they rob somebody. Mm-hmm. Every criminal with a gun get high before he go out there and rob somebody. Mm-hmm. So weed is killing a whole lot of people out here. You understand? And like you said, he just making a drug addict argument, man. Because of course, your selfish, disgusting behind could care less about the Black and Latino community at large. That's why you shouldn't be in charge. That's what it is. Because you could care less about that. You more concerned with having the ability to get high. Let me tell you one last thing, and I'm going to yield on this whole get high thing. These drugs are designed to make you, like y'all brought out earlier, to make you passive. Marijuana makes you passive. It's a muscle relaxer. It's a drug for heart conditions and nerve conditions. It's designed to allow you to calm down in stressful situations. It's designed for anxiety. Excuse me, when used properly without chemical additives and under the direction of a physician, it could be very helpful for anxiety and issues of anxiety. But the problem with that is if it's used not like it should be used, it becomes a sedative and makes you ineffective and weak, like Haas brought out, and emotional, which leads you to those other drugs that y'all were bringing out earlier that make you now, that raise your estrogen and lower your testosterone. And the next thing you know, you are having effeminate tendencies and changing the way you deal with the rest of society and the way you deal with yourself. You should care about that. You should care about yourself more, and you certainly should care about us more. And we should reject people that don't care about us. Because Lord knows nobody else cares about us. At least we should care about us first. And you should be willing to make sacrifices for the betterment of us. Everybody has to do that. You know what I'm saying? Esau goes to war and dies to keep this country. You won't even stop getting high to fix yours. That show you how much they've weakened you in this kingdom. I yield.
That's it. Come on, sir.
More stories? You got it.
Colonel Khan. Russia announces nuclear weapons drills after angry exchange with senior Western officials.
Keep going.
Colonel Khan, sir. Russia said Monday that it plans to hold drills simulating the use of battlefield nuclear weapons amid rising tensions following comments by senior Western officials about the possibility of the deeper involvement in the war in the Ukraine.
Yeah, they mad as hell that Russia's kicking their behind over there. You know what I'm saying? Like the Third World War is on. We just waiting for just another big story before we go back into it. But it's unfolding like crazy. I mean, they bombing them Palestinians like crazy. And now the ceasefire is on the table, but they don't want to touch it. They trying to do as much damage as they can before they pull out so Joe Biden can fight for the election. But they trying to kill them Palestinians 6 ways to Sunday. And of course, they all on the campuses now because they, of course, getting desperate because of how many of their family members being slaughtered back then. And listen, and all they asking for is that, people diverse, these universities diverse from these corporations that are participating in killing these people. Once again, we sitting up in their colleges, their Ivy League colleges, looking at it like it's so wonderful, when meanwhile, our tuition is going to murder people on the other side of the world that we don't know nothing about. Like, we are in a bad place as a people. We are partakers in so much evil that we never intended to become partakers in. That's their business, not our business. We need to bring back black universities for black people and make sure that they're accountable and not investing, for the profits of killing and murdering around the world to other nations, you understand, that have done nothing to us, as far as we can tell. I mean, unless you can tell me different. We shouldn't want to be a part of what they've created off of our back. They have the power to do what they do because they've had us in slavery so long. So yeah, so the Lord's word stands above all. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. America had us in captivity 400 years. What do you think they're going to reap? The same went on with Pharaoh in Egypt. And the Lord is a warrior. The Lord said he's a man of war. He loved to see you proud and full of weapons. Oh man. He like just like David with Goliath. He looked at that cat with that big ass sword and that spear and that shield. He looking like, yo, give me a shot. And then told Saul, look, I don't want your armor, man. I'm just gonna take my slingshot.
Yeah.
This easy work on this fool. You know what I'm saying? He like, this easy work. You know what I mean? And went out there, man, and smoked that big ass heathen. And then chopped his damn head off. You understand? Like, went out there and did him dirty. That's how the Lord is. Yeah. He like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't let David out until Goliath came. There was plenty of fighting. Remember, David brought the food and they was fighting. They was fighting and all that. The Lord ain't let him get in there. It made his father say, nah, the sheep, nigga. That's get to the sheep. He had to go back and get to the sheep. And his brothers, they was roughnecks. So he couldn't let them know that he killed a lion and a bear. He had to keep it quiet. He up in there feeding the sheep and bringing the milk in for his mom. Meanwhile, this nigga done killed bears and lions. But he acting like, Ma, I got the milk, Ma. And coming in, his brother's like, man, get out of here. You always trying to get in something. You know what I mean? You ain't no warrior yet. You just a young boy. You get out of here, man. When the Lord sent the prophet to him about, the father, Jesse, brought all the other sons out.
Yep.
And he said, it got to be another one here because the Lord telling me these ain't the one. He turned around and was like, look, man, all I got is the young boy. He tending to the sheep. You know what I mean? That's what, that's all he's doing. And he said, bring him out. When he saw that young boy, he knew this was the man that God called, a man that would do like God does. And brother, he went on to slaughter every nation that came near, that touched the skirts of Israel. He put so much blood all over the place. The Lord said, look, man, I know I sent you to kill all them niggas. I can't let you build a temple. he said, I would like to let you, but you
too much killing.
You killed too many niggas. Even though I sent you, take care of it. You know what I'm saying? For my legacy, I'm gonna have to let your son do it. We'll let the boy do it. All right? He like, all right. He understood. You know what I'm saying? And that's how the Lord worked. And that's why he let these countries build up and get their weapons and be great and powerful and all that while they got us in captivity right now. We will serve the Lord. We're going to bow to Yahushua.
That's right.
We're going to follow laws, statutes, and commandments. We're going to keep doing what the Lord called us to do. And then you're going to see the Lord. Then when you get good and ripe and strong, then you're going to see the Lord come out his thicket. He's going to pull that right hand out of his bosom. And when he pulled that hand out of his bosom, the world is in hell. Because that's how he is. And that's what's going to happen on this earth. And thanks be to the Lord. He's going to do it. So what's happening in Ukraine? They can't save themselves. They done. That country is destroyed. They're pouring money in there, tooth and nail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And not only that, if they was to win that battle and get that country back, if they get it back, brother, they're gonna give every Edomite with a corporation tons of money to rebuild that place. All your tax money, all the money that should be going to you for jobs and buildings and stores and groceries and farms, they're gonna suck every bit of it out and go pour it in over there so they can get more money for the rich and keep the rest of you poor as hell, because you're just a slave here. All they're going to do with that cash is build up military contractors, build up more military avenues, build up more strong corporations to buy up the world. And meanwhile, everybody else is going to just starve to death. And it's your Edomites. You Edomites, it's your fault. It's your fault. You took your eye off the ball and they stole your country from you. And now you mad at black people. The last person you should be mad at is black people. We didn't steal your country from you. We were your humble servant for 400 years.
Yep.
We were your servant and built you up and made you great and gave you power. And what did your leaders do? They robbed the hell out of you. So don't be mad with us. It's your fault. You screwed it up. Blame yourself for it. And go get your country fixed and get it right. Don't put it on us. I yield. Salah.
Yeah, right, sir. Most High in Christ.
Ukraine story.
You done?
Comic-Con, sir. A man points a gun at a church pastor before getting tackled.
Oh man, play that video. I saw that video. I saw that video. Hey, can you bring me them Doritos, please? What?
You gotta get done. Keep going until we get the video.
Comic-Con. Then the suspect's relative is found dead in the gunman's home.
Damn. Damn.
Thank you. This happened outside of Pittsburgh, sir.
Damn. Go ahead. Play the tape, huh?
Oh, shit. This isn't Sherman. No wonder I don't feel as clean.
Hurry up, Dad. You've been in there forever.
I'm trying.
Comic-Con, sir. An armed man gave no warning as he
told you
walked
not to
towards
get
the
the
front
other
of Jesus'
toilet
dwelling
paper.
place
Here's Charmin Ultra
in
Strong.
Pennsylvania on Sunday, raised the gun towards the pastor's face and pulled the trigger. What happened next may have been divine intervention. Pastor Glenn Jeremy said the gunman attempted to shoot, but the firearm failed to discharge.
Service. Pastor Glenn Germany says his church was praising worship longer than normal, having a great time. But that's when the unthinkable unfolded.
When he got halfway through and he came to this point here, all of a sudden I just seen a gun pointing right at me. And at that point, all I could do was try to run for cover.
26-year-old Bernard Jr. Polite taking aim at Pastor Glenn, but that gun jamming and no shots were fired.
That was just God. Because the possibility, one thing about a bullet going to find some meat. And I don't care if you're aiming at a target or not aiming at a target, a bullet going to find some meat.
That's when Clarence McAllister leaped up from his seat over a banister and tackled Polite. He tells Pittsburgh's Action News 4 his story.
I was running the camera, so all I could see was somebody walked up on the pulpit, and after they got up on the pulpit, they raised the gun up. Once they raised the gun up, I jumped up, you know what I mean, from behind, got him from behind, struggled him down to the ground.
McAllister says he didn't even think twice to run and tackle Polite, saying Pastor Glenn would have made the same decision. McAllister was even able to wrestle the gun away from the suspect while Pastor Glenn and other churchgoers held him down until police arrived. Pastor Glenn was able to briefly speak to Polite and simply ask him why.
He don't know why he did it, but then while he was in a police car, I had a chance to go out and speak to him again as well. And I asked him, you know, just as calm as me and you're talking now, I said, what made you do it? I mean, what were you thinking? He said, I don't know.
Both Pastor Glenn and McAllister forgiving him, just grateful, they say, for the outcome that was.
I forgive him for what he did. I just met.
He know exactly why he went in there with that gun. Like the investigation got to go inside that house. That body, they said that the family member was dead in the house.
Oh yeah.
Like that's what need to come out. There's a lot of you pastors out there, you taking dope money too.
Yep.
A lot of churches is taking dope money. And that dope money is coming back to bite you. A lot of you doing a ton of evil, a ton, like you brought out earlier. You molesting children in these churches, brother. You doing a very evil act before the Lord. And you ain't gonna do well in prison. You molesting children, you not gonna do good in prison. Okay? You was gonna say something? Huh? Oh, yeah, damn right. So you understand? So you doing a lot of that in there. You raising the entire sodomite community. Can I say that? Damn, I can't say nothing on TikTok. And it's messed up. You know why it's messed up? Because, brother, some of the stuff they got on TikTok be heinous. But meanwhile, we getting censored all the time. We got to watch every word we say. I mean, that's why the Lord shutting y'all down. I should have said that. I should have said that on the TikTok. I should have waited until we was off. That's a lot. You know, man. Listen, you know, being in the UPK so long, I'm a staunch advocate of free speech on all levels.
That's right, sir.
Like, it is so important that we be able to speak this word with all of its power and impact to wake our brothers and sisters up. You know what I mean? In all the facets that we need to do it. But meanwhile, these social medias, since they're the last vesture of open avenues, are beginning to dictate what and how you can express yourself. Meanwhile, listen, I'm scrolling through the TikTok, and some sister on the TikTok spread her whole behind open on the TikTok. And I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be a hater and just reporting shit, but y'all taking me to the reporting thing. Because it's ridiculous. Meanwhile, we saying stuff that's so crucial to our people, and yet they trying to cut us off. But anyway, to go back to what we're saying is a lot of evil been going on in them churches. And once again, they don't never get called on it. They trying to revive them churches back now. They want them churches keeping people asleep. And again, they the biggest haven for the LGBTQ community. They built it, facilitated it, and poured it out. And they the biggest community pushing the abortion rights. Excuse me. They all pushing them abortion rights. Kamala Harris is not supposed to be invited in no church that's run by black people. She's one of the biggest advocates. Oprah Winfrey is not supposed to be invited into no church. One of the biggest advocates of killing your baby. Oprah Winfrey said to celebrate. What an evil thing. What an evil thing. She said celebrate it. And that's why you got to raise up righteous men. Because when righteous men become powerful like they are, then guess what? They'll remain righteous because that's their morals when they had nothing. But you raise up an immoral person, and then they become powerful and on high and spread the immorality all over the black community and the Latino community. Wake up, man. Wake up. You got more power than you know. You got more power than you know. You have more influence than you know. You're not using it yet. You're not using it for what's important. You using it like that brother that we was talking to earlier. You using it to have the right to get high, which ain't nobody taking away from you any damn way. So I don't know what you arguing with us about it for. I yield.
I think that's it, sir. One more minute if you want.
What you holding? Go ahead.
He was in fear. Black teen dies after being chased by white friends who proclaimed he went back to Africa when he disappeared from view.
Go ahead.
Khan, residents in a Pennsylvania town where a black teenager died after being chased by his white classmates have raised questions over whether racial harassment played a part in the moments leading up to his death.
Like they killed me with that. It's a question. Like it's an issue. Go ahead. What's his name?
Khan, Justin Johnson.
Justin Johnson, man. We're going to be praying for that brother.
Damn
Go
right,
ahead.
sir.
Is there more?
Oh, that's pretty much it, sir.
Khan. With that, we out. Thank the big hitters. Next time on the UPK, y'all. Shalom.
All right, sir.
I was done better with an 8-ball. The reason I came out of struggle, I finally made it. I'm trying to be best enough compassion. So I'm speaking in your orders and calling one card. I do what I'm told. Stand my ground. I don't be flying. Bitch, you know I'm a dipping and gold. They call it baton, so that we don't both. Came out the block, used to beat at the block and hit all the fees in the holes. I want some money to clean my soul. Still I'm got it, was moving the snow. Okay. I'm writing the ropes. I fight the house shots coming back. All of my niggas really changing life. We say the class every single night. I know what you say. We making us gonna sell all the things. See you going to do. I say I'm all one like a soda. Take your time, tell me what it is. And you think about what we the ecstasy. I'm not the legend. Say with the recipe. I'm in the truth. Looking at legacy. I give a couple shoes with a type of three. If you ain't over me, then you ain't checking me. It's a mother with a Puerto Rico. I live in this day and Cinco. You know. I was like that myself. Asking the Lord every night when the mic getting no. You sending me blessings and I keep on fucking up. Still haven't figured it out. Behind me, I had to lose my bus to be you. This ain't it right. 40 on me got a body. Nigga try to rob me, ended up losing his life. I want to take it to Cuba. They locked me up when I was born to fly. Give me a gun. So I was stuck in that bitch and that shit had me tired. And I had to for the ops. I broke a bill and back the baby is back. I see what a murder right now. Niggas be pussy and shit. They can't only fly. Still a lot of moving the strap. That's the truth and I'm running back. So fuck the house shot. Get back. My niggas really changing life. We sitting in class every single night. They don't do the same. We breaking out stress. That's all. But it gets me right.
Hey, Fleetwood, cut that shit up, yo.
Where you at? It's all right. Guess
The biggest. Yeah. Big China. Biggest ever. Biggest. Yes.